Hi, and welcome to Crypto Crazy. I'm Cal, and today I'm going to talk to you about Solana. Now, you're probably wondering why Solana, considering I usually cover small cap coins, new coins as well. I think it's good to have a diversification in your portfolio. Now, I'll talk about that in a second, but I have covered some medium cap coins, for example, like Breakthrough Swap, which has gone up a considerable amount, and there's been value in that. And I think also it's worth sometimes having some larger coins in your portfolio as well, where they will go up or they look like they will go up in price considering what they have going on for them. And I think that diversification is quite important. In the last bull run, I was very focused on only the small caps, and all of mine, all of my buying, my investments were in the small caps. And when they do go down, they do go down a considerable amount. Also, it's good to have a different amount of coins as well, because like I mentioned, the diversification means that if anything does happen to any one, two of them, you still have multiple others as well. So let me just get into Solana. Let me tell you why it's gone up a considerable amount in the last uh, sort of 4 months or so. This project is actually quite, it's been around for a while. It was at the end of 2017 that it was established. It only listed its coin about a year ago, and for a year or so it didn't really do too much. It had a bit of a jump in September, came back down, but since the beginning of this year, in those 4 months, it's 25x, which is a considerable amount. And the reason being, it has its own ecosystem. So it has a number of projects built on the blockchain of Solana, and quite a wide range as well. And it's got so many more. So at the start of the year, they had around about 100 projects. Now they have over 250. And let me just show you what that project's about. Before I do, it's widely available. You can get it on Binance, Huobi, some other exchanges as well. So let's just have a look at Solana. As it says, build crypto apps that scale. I think two of the most important things about Solana, which make it very different, is the cost of the fees. The fees are very, very small, and the size of the transactions per second, 50,000 transactions per second. And as it says here, don't believe us, you can try to stress it and see if you can break it. And in terms of the cost as well, as it shows here, 0.000005. That is so small. So two of the amazing things about it. And there's a lot more as well. For example, you don't have to shard and many other things, but I'll get into that. So as it mentions here, Solana is a fast, secure, and censorship resistant blockchain, providing the open infrastructure required for global adoption. And I think that is the case. If we have a look at the types of applications that are being built on this, it's absolutely incredible, and such a wide range. This is just some of them, and they're very big as well. So FTX and Alameda Research, two very large companies, are building on Solana to have their Serum exchanges, the next generation decentralized exchange, one of the main ones on there. You've probably seen the Tether here as well, and it's coming to the Solana ecosystem. It's having a technical integration, which will integrate what the performance of Solana blockchain allows in terms of the speed, given how much Tether is used. So these coins are using the benefits of the Solana blockchain. Similarly here as well, you're seeing another stable coin, and they have many projects. You can click on them, you can see what they're doing, and there's actually more. And if we do go into the other ones as well, you'll be able to see the different types that they have. So whether they're DeFi, decentralized exchanges, stable coins, staking, and you can just run down them and see that there are some really big projects, some existing projects as well, which are utilizing the Solana blockchain functionality because it is that good. So definitely worth something to look into. And they're doing a very good job. And we just have a look at the total number of transactions that are happening, and they go up at a very fast pace. So they've got a lot more coming up. They are already working very, very well as well. And I think this is what it's very much about. As it says here, say goodbye to high fees, slow confirmations. Solana is built for speed without trade-offs as well. So it it looks at all of these problems. It's decentralized, it has the security, and it has the scalability. Now, these are the three issues within cryptocurrencies that blockchains are resolving. And in the past, they've been able to resolve two of the three. Scalability has been always been the problem. If you look at security and decentralization, if you want to scalability, sometimes there wasn't the decentralization. But Solana has all three, which makes a very, very big difference. And if we just have a look at how it works, it mentions here you never need to shard. So in the past, you've had blockchains, the information on there, the various blocks, and there has been a need to have sharding, and that isn't required with Solana, which is a very useful thing in terms of the ease in which you can continue building, you can change, and you can scale up as well. And if we just have a look down here, they have these I mean, one innovation is great. They have 8 core innovations, and you can have a look at the details here. And like they mentioned, don't choose between scale, skew, and decentralization. Solana has solved that trilemma problem. And these all have sufficient amount of details on them. If you click them to understand, obviously it gets a bit more technical, but they are doing some amazing things to help projects, to help the cryptocurrency world. Like, for example, the sea level world's first parallel smart contract runtime. So these smart contracts are running in parallel with each other, and this is the first of its kind. Each one of these, like it mentions, is innovative. It's something that no other chain is doing. So they are really doing some great stuff. And like I mentioned, you can click on these, you can have a look in a bit more detail. They are very lengthy articles, but I do recommend it if you do want to get into the details as to what this chain is doing and what it's all about. They have links as well for demos if you want to build source codes too. So I think overall quite great. So there you go. That's Solana. A bit of a quick rundown, but it's very much because it's doing it's got this great blockchain which is fast, which is cheap, which processes a number of transactions at the same time. It has the ability to allow projects to build on it, various types of projects to build on it in a very innovative way. And these projects are definitely taking advantage of it. And we've seen even the big ones beginning to use their blockchain, like I mentioned, because it does have all these innovative features. And I think it will continue to grow. The amount of projects that we have on there at the moment is just the beginning. This is still relatively new. And like I mentioned, it's gone from 100 to 250 in the space of a few months. And I think that will continue to grow, and this ecosystem will just get bigger and bigger. So there you go. That's Solana. I hope you found that informative, useful. If you have, please do give me a like. Like I mentioned, I usually do cover small coins, new coins that will go up a considerable amount, I believe, in value. But medium cap and large caps can also go up in value as well. And we've seen that, and sometimes they do go up quite a few X. And also because they are more established, they do hold their value better if there is a downturn. So something to keep in mind. But there you have it. That's Solana. I've been Cal. This is Crypto Crazy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.